Today we're going to look at a field, an interesting field. Well, I think it's an interesting field. It is 3 kilometres or so east of Quin Village. It's just about 15.5 acres, and looking at the overhead view here, it was laid out like this. We know sometime in the second half of the 1800s, because it wasn't like this in the 1842 Ordnance Survey map. It has this little cluster of old stone buildings at the front. The boundaries are straight, and it has these odd hedges running at various angles around the field. They're low earthen embankments, and unfortunately this area isn't yet covered by LiDAR, so I can't show you that image. So what we're going to do is look at the boundaries and the lines along the individual little hedges and see where they point us to. Now I've identified 13 alignments, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, the perimeter boundary, and then number 5 is the ridge line on the house, and we go on from there to look at the individual pieces of hedging. Number 1, the northern boundary, is aligned with a ring fort in Ballyhannon, 5.5 kilometres away. Line number 2 hits the middle of a ring fort about 300 metres to the right, to the east of Maw Eyre. That is 2 kilometres to the north. You can see it here highlighted by the yellow arrow on the old Ordnance Survey map. Line number 3 points straight at the tower of Quin Abbey. That's 3.8 kilometres away, and the line hits the tower dead centre. Line number 4 hits a ring fort, which is 2.6 kilometres to the north. It's a couple of hundred metres northwest of Brook Lodge House. Line number 5 aligns with the site and an old stone cottage 2 kilometres away. In reaching there, the line goes over the top of another old stone building and appears to mark the end of a killeen. This other old stone cottage is perfectly aligned with this line. Line number 5 goes to Ballyhannon House, which is 5.2 kilometres away, and we can see here that a line from Orda comes in. It's the yellow line. Line number 6 points us to Ballyhannon House, which is 5.2 kilometres away. Lines number 7 and 8 point us 3.3 kilometres to the north. This is a field at Carlohan. The 2 yellow arrows indicate our lines back to the field at Orda. The red arrow points straight at the spire at St. Flannan's College. And the little blue arrow on the bottom left-hand corner shows us the line which goes back to the centre of Maw Eyre. The red lines going away to the centre at the south side of the image align very precisely with some ring forts to the south. This field again was built like this back in the second half of the 1800s. It was not like this in 1842. Coming back to the field in Orda, these are alignments number 9 and 10. They both point to a ring fort in Creva, 1.8 kilometres away. There's the ring fort near Creva Crossroads, and one of the lines goes through the centre of the other ring fort quite nearby. Coming back to the field again, alignment number 11 goes to a ring fort to the north and a ring fort to the south, and runs along the top of the hedge on the left-hand side of the field. This is the northern end of that line. There are 2 ring forts side by side. Here they are drawn on the wooded area on the old Ordnance Survey map. Going back to the satellite image again. Alignment number 12 links the other ring fort, the one slightly on the left, with a ring fort about 800 metres to the south of the field. This one to the south has a stone wall surrounding it. Now the final alignment, number 13, is possibly the most interesting one. It points us straight to the library in Tulla, the old market building. The line from Orda comes in at exactly 45 degrees to the facade of the building. The other 45-degree line, which Google Earth allows you to measure quite precisely, goes out to Tirovannon Castle in O'Callaghan's Mills. And the main building line along the ridge tile from the Market House Library goes to Ennis and hits Ennis Courthouse. Probably built at just about the same time. So, coming back to our overview of the field in Orda, the question is, why are all these locations linked by this field? I'll leave you to ponder that one. Thank you.